Hello, Mark Schenfisch here with a piano tutorial for my Luigi's Mansion arrangement, originally for organ, but I figure that since not many people have access to an organ, and since I also don't have access to an organ at the moment, I will go ahead and record a piano tutorial. Patrick Cunningham requested this, and it's most of the piece, not all of the piece. I'll throw in the pedal parts in the left hand as I can, but for the most part, it's just the two hands for the organ. So this starts around 57 seconds into the piece. I'll go ahead and I've got my music right here on my iPad. But we'll start with the left hand, layer in right hand, and then I'll play sections together. And at the end, I'll go through and play the whole bit as I scroll through my music, because that's what I'm going to have to do. So starting with the left hand, we've got, you're going to hold the A with your thumb. This is the A above middle C. And as you hold that for 2 measures, your other fingers, I was going to say your right hand, but your other fingers play the E. They hold down the E and then staccato and lift up. So this holds down until you hit that next one. So you go E, F, E, D sharp, E, F, E, D sharp, while you're holding the A with your thumb. So that's the first 2 measures. Then the next 2 measures, you go to the A. Same thing with the holding and then releasing all at the same time when you hit the next note. So an A, C, A, E, A, D sharp, and F sharp. And do that again. So that again is and then A, B, and F natural, A, D, and F natural, an A minor chord, and then an E major chord all the way up to the octave, so E, G sharp, B, and E. So all together from the beginning, that left-hand part is holding the A in your thumb, and then it repeats a little bit of that again with the A, C, A, E, A, D sharp, and F sharp, and again. And then the pattern changes. I'm holding up my finger because you can see it. And then the pattern, yeah, okay. So after the D sharps and F sharps twice, then you have A, and it changes there to a G sharp, a B, and an F natural. And then F natural, and G sharp, and E. So that measure is. And the line, if you can bring it out, is, yeah. So those are the important notes of that, but, or all the notes. And then the next measure is a little arpeggio thingamajigger, and it goes G sharp, B, E, D, C natural. So that section, that slightly repeated section, going from 4 measures back is. Okay, let's go back and add the right hand to that. I'll do the right hand slowly. So when you're doing those hits in your left hand will be accompanied by hits in your right hand. And the first one is an A and C. Do-do, do-do. That's an A and E. And then the next one is A and C again. And then the fourth one is a B and D sharp. So and then the melody comes in the right hand. And it's a lot of E's. E, 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 C, E, D sharp, B, D natural, B, C, A sharp, B, and then down to an E, and I like to hold that B similar to all of these notes. And then that repeats a little bit. E, 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 C, E, D sharp, B natural. And then D, 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 C, D, E, D, C, B, A. Altogether, that section sounds like this. And then I got to turn the page. Now at that point, the pedal comes in, and we can't do anything about that for 2 beats. So we will skip those 2 beats. But that's when the pedal goes. And then after those 2 beats, the left hand comes in with 5 beats of, and on the 3rd beat you add an A. This is starting on the E, by the way. E, F natural, E, D sharp. So 1, 2, and then you add an A in your pinky and hold that. 3, 4, 5, 6, you lift up. Sorry about that, had some technical difficulties there. I highly expect there to be more. So bear with me, I'll edit it all together in the end. So you go 5, 6, lift up, and then this G sharp, A. These are all staccato, by the way. Well, with the exception of the first one. Not staccato, staccato. And then it goes in thirds. G sharp, B sharp, A sharp, or A natural, C, B, D, and C, E. F sharp, A, G sharp, C natural, and that resolves down to a B. While this is going on, your right hand comes in with the same, comes in with that same figure on 5 and 6. So you have 5, 6. Okay. So for linking that together from before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this part is probably my favorite part in the entire piece. It starts with a diminished chord. Is that diminished? Yes. Yes, it is. Good. Music theory did me well. Starts with an F sharp in your left hand, as well as an A natural, and a D sharp in your right hand. And then this just goes up and down by half step as required by the contour of the line. So really slowly, that goes... Not really slowly, kind of slowly. And then going down more. And then finishes in a different thing. So again, coming into that section again from the G sharp and C natural. And then you go with F sharp, A natural, D sharp. And moving everything up and down by half steps at a time, it sounds like this. And then finishing off. The right hand goes D sharp, E natural, B, A sharp, B, E. And the left hand goes, it rests for that first until the E in the right hand. And then is an E natural and a G sharp. And then down a half step and right back up. And then this E down here, below middle C. So together, slowly, that sounds like everything down a half step, and back up, and down to double E's. Something like that. Told you, more technical difficulties. Okay, so take 3. We're moving on to the big part. This is the A minor chord, the big A minor chord, which is an A, a low A, and an E, and the A below middle C in your left hand. And then just stack an A minor chord up the top, including the C. And so that holds for 4 beats. And then the right hand goes and then the chord again. Breaking that down, that is, with your hand on A and E, it is A, E, D, E, C, E, B, E, A, E, G sharp E, A, E, B, E. And then that holds for, that big chord holds for 4 counts again. That's the second time you hear that chord. And then the next measure is exactly the same as the one that your right hand just did. Now it gets a little different, and now is when we're going to start adding the left hand in as pedal. So on that downbeat, after we've had 4 measures since, so at the same time that your right hand moves on, your left hand plays an A, and this plays like the beginning theme sort of thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1. That's all with A's, E's, and D sharps. And we'll layer that under slowly in the future. The right hand part, which goes like this. A, C, E, C, D, B, G sharp, B. So there's 2 hand positions there. And then it does it again. But this time it jumps up to an E instead of back to a B. So slowly again. A, C, E, C, D, B, G sharp, B. A, C, E, C, D, B, G sharp, E. An A arpeggio. A, C, E, A, C, A, E, A. I like to use all fingers there, all 5 fingers. Then the chord changes with a B. B, F sharp, D sharp, A, B sharp, G sharp, E, D natural. That measure altogether is like this. And then that repeats again. Those 2 measures repeat exactly the same. So it's the A arpeggio going down into the diminished arpeggio, the A arpeggio again, the diminished arpeggio ending with an E, then the 5-finger arpeggio all the way up, and then the B major chord. A, and then an E major chord. It's a E dominant 7. So that's a B dominant 7, and then E dominant 7. So this is take 4. Let's go. So we've got coming in from the big chord. I'm doing it again all together and slowly. Now the left hand comes in. And now you go up here. Now note that those are all 8th notes, and the right hand's playing all 16th notes. So the right hand's moving a lot faster there, and pretty much will for the rest of the piece. So moving on to the rest of the piece. So you just come off of. And then move up here. There's a 16th note rest in which nobody plays anything. And then your right hand comes in with A, E, A, E, A, E, A, E, A, E, low E, A, C, A, E, A. So. And then some arpeggios here with a B major chord that becomes a B dominant, starting with the D sharp, and then the B, and then the F sharp, and the D sharp. So that's, and then it moves down in the inversion. B, F sharp, D sharp, B, and then down another inversion. F sharp, D sharp, B, A. This is where the dominant comes in. So we've got 1, 2, slightly different because it adds in the A. And then you do those 3 again. And then your left hand will come in and pick up that F sharp. So slowly, again, the right hand. Bring in the A, and bring in the F sharp, or in the right hand. During that time, the left hand plays a lot of chords, starting with an A minor chord, A, C, and E. So after an 8th note rest, and with the first E in the right hand, you play 3 A minor chords, no, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and. So it's just the A and the C together and the E by itself. And then a B major chord, which is F sharp, B natural, D sharp, and a B dominant, which is D sharp, F sharp, A natural, and B. So one thing that is useful sometimes if you want is to play those 2 white keys together with your thumb. Or you can play it with 1 and 2. It doesn't really matter. Matter of preference. And then let's move on a little bit in the left hand. So then it picks up the F sharp there, G sharp, B natural. So this is all pickup. So F sharp, G sharp, B, and then a G sharp diminished chord, which is G sharp, B natural, and D natural. And then similar to before, it's 4 times and then does some different things. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's just the B and the D. And then an A minor chord, starting with an E, A, C. Now this next part's fun. It's written as an F double sharp, which is also known as a G. So we're going with that. So after that A minor chord, there's a rest, and then you play E, G natural, and A sharp, and then resolve that up to an E major chord. So the E stays the same, and the G natural moves to a G sharp, A sharp moves to B natural. So now while it's doing that part in the left hand, the right hand plays something relatively similar to what it did before, but in the different chord. And starts on the and this time instead of on the E of one eanda. So starting on the and with a D natural and a G sharp. 1 and 2 and laundry's done. I don't know if you could hear that. D, B, G sharp, E, B, F sharp, D, G sharp. So we got a little bit of an unusual thing with the running line in the offbeats there. from that F sharp to the G sharp, but that makes a nice line. So once again, slowly. And then the next measure goes to an A minor chord. C, A, E, C, E, A sharp, G natural. And then those both resolve up just like these do. To B natural, G sharp, and then goes down to E and B. And then to finish off the measure, because that was only 3 beats, E, B, G sharp, E. So that measure together with that measure together without the left hand, we'll put the left hand in later, is an A minor chord, resolving up and to an E major chord. Okay, putting that together from the, so a little more slowly. So, ready, and 1, E, and you got to make a little room for that with your thumb here, because otherwise you run into it. Yep. Pick it up with the left hand. Now this next part starts out very similar. There are 3 measures that are exactly the same as what we just played. So 4 E and 1 E and 2 E. Picking up with the left hand. Okay, I lied. I said 3 measures. It was really 2 measures plus 3 beats of the third measure. So now this changes. We'll start with the right hand. So after that arpeggio down, it goes to a C, A, D, B, E, G sharp, D, G sharp, C, E, B, E, and finish off with an A minor chord from C, E to A. So that measure 3 going into measure 4 here is 1 and 2 and 3. Now picking up at that 4th beat on the 3rd measure in the left hand, we just got done with. Beat 4 is then an E and a C. E and C together, and then a D all by itself. Now this next part is a lot of chords all together, but this G sharp stays here through all of the chords except for the final resolution to A minor, which is the exact same inversion as the right hand, by the way, C, E, A. So G sharp, E, keeping that G sharp and moving down to a D and adding an F natural. Moving down whole steps, a whole step to C and a half step to E. And then a half step to B and a whole step to D. So again, that is and then resolve to the A minor. So those 4 bars that are mostly the same but slightly different. There we go. That's all the hard stuff done. Now comes the ending to the song, which goes on a little longer in the organ one, but since we don't have a pedal, we'll ended a little earlier. Actually, no, I'll teach you the whole thing. I lied. So starts out, if you have extra hands, if you have a third limb, then you can put in the pedal. But otherwise, you won't get the cool chords in the other hands. So this starts with a very open A minor position. A, E, C. And then you hold the C and move to only a G sharp in your left hand and an F natural in your right hand. So G sharp, F natural, C. And then everything restrikes on an F natural, E natural, and G sharp. And then C, A, E. These are all whole notes. Oops. That was interesting. Anyway, at tempo, because we don't need to take this slowly because it's just whole notes. At tempo, this sounds like. Now the next section starts relatively the same. It starts exactly the same, actually, but maybe a little softer if you're wanting to throw in some dynamics. With the same first two chords. And then the third one varies slightly. Instead of an E in your right hand, it's an F and a G sharp, because you're going to resolve that to the E on beat 3. So half note, half note. And then you add we'll add all the way down to an E in your left hand. This is usually played by the pedal, but we can do that because we have big hands. Big enough to do an octave and a ninth. Or not octave and a ninth would be there. Those would be really big hands. We have big enough hands to do a ninth, I'm assuming. So an E, a B natural, and an F natural, along with the F natural and the G sharp, resolving to the E. And then this is an A minor chord from the bottom, A, C, E, and C, E. You can really throw that A in if you want as well. So that second round of the slow closing bit is. And then one last one, even quieter, throw on the una corda pedal if you want. And then it is an E and a C. The C stays. The E moves up to an F natural. And then C and G sharp. And then everything resolves to an A. Now I'm going to take it through slowly and do everything relatively slowly so you can practice along slowly if you like. Starting at the very beginning. Two, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Four, 1. I'm going to slow this part down even more because it's fast. Pick it up with the left hand. I can't see. And one last time up to tempo. Take 5. Woo! Fortunately, it's been glitching out relatively near good breaking points. Let me do it one more time for your listening pleasure and to see if I can get it right. One, two. Clearly, I can't. Page turn. That'd be cool if I hit that note so that you could actually hear it. Well, thank you very much. Thanks for joining me on my first piano tutorial. Thank you, Patrick Cunningham, for requesting it. And if you like what I do, leave me requests in the comments below. Go ahead and subscribe, check out my song that I wrote and performed by myself eventually. The name is called Eventually. You can check it out eventually, too, if you'd like. Anyway, thanks for coming. And may the force be with you. I'm advertising. I didn't mean to advertise, but I'm definitely advertising. Bye.